What's going on, chat? T-Bone, how we doing? DK, how we doing? Ollie, thank you very much for the follow. Just give us a minute here, boys, and we'll be ready to go. Chat, what is up? We got a lot of things to talk about today. Web of Corruption is out, which is Chaos Awakens 2.0. We're gonna reveal all the champions. We're gonna talk about them. We may be getting a TITUS nerf, I think, or maybe a rework to Hydra, or Chimera, sorry, which is gonna change things so much. So we're gonna get started here in just a second. Hope you guys are ready. Let's go.
Ten, 9, 8, 7,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Nights of Teleria podcast. This is episode number 137. Man, Plarium dropped some huge news on us this week. We got a new collaboration. Well, not collaboration, but a new event for Raid Shadow Legends. We have what seems to sound like a TITUS nerf. But it's going to be an indirect nerf because it's going to be a rework to Chimera.
That's what you're talking about?
We are, of course. We've got a 2X primals coming up on Tuesday. So if you guys have been holding out for those, get ready. The CVC is going to be absolutely insane. And last but not least, for the first time, they're doing a 5X drop on speed, which is going to coincide with CVC. So we're going to break all of this down. We're going to find out what we should be going and should not be going, and any forewarnings we might want to know. Before we go too far, let me introduce my co-host for today's podcast. In the top little red box, we got our free-to-play content creator, Mr. Final Compachi. Ken, what's going on?
I'm still a little bit sick, guys. Sorry for that. I may need to leave a little bit early today on the podcast, but I got my painkiller. I stay in the strong. Good to be with you guys. How about you guys? How you guys do today?
Wait, did you just say painkiller?
Painkeeper? No, what was it?
Painkiller.
Painkiller, yeah. Yeah, painkiller.
Let him live his life, dude. You're not his mom.
I think
Why?
you mean like ibuprofen or Tylenol or something. Is that what you mean?
Hey.
This guy's trying to put you on blast, dude. Fucking
painkiller
perk
is
30s,
real.
dude. Let him live, bro. Like,
You guys don't have a painkiller?
No, you're
I'm
talking about like Advil.
Well, painkillers and there's here for us. It's different. Painkillers are like opioids.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing. I would consider that a painkiller.
You know, when you get sick, it's you drink a pill and you feel a little bit better.
It's like ibuprofen
so you're
or
talking
Advil.
ibuprofen or Tylenol. Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm from Europe, bro. I don't know.
You're fine, dude. Blazing's just out here taking hard drugs.
I'm like, what? Well, I'm not somebody that believes in taking too much medication. But anyways, that said, moving on. We've got our boy filling in for Mr. Zero Brew, the cursed one. The cursed, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Oh, happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to everybody in chat. Welcome in all the Knights of Teleria. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day.
Awesome.
I'm doing
Uh,
great.
Pulled anything good for the progressive change this week?
I pulled He-Man.
Oh,
Oh,
First
nice.
one for my account.
Congrats.
Yes.
There you go. Congrats.
so
That's
Yeah,
great.
first one
I
for
won't
my
need to buy
account.
you the champion
Happy-
pass then?
Nope. You won't. I mean, it'd be nice to have, you know.
What's better than one?
You know, I got two Skeletors.
Yeah, so you could have another He-Man. Next up, the man with the sexiest red beard alive, Mr. Coco Melon.
What's up, chat? Glad to be here. Maybe one day he'll get my name right again. It's King Copium, by the way, if you guys don't know, or you live under a rock, or you have like a 2-year-old or something. I don't know. But glad to be here, dude. What's up, chat? What's up, Knights? Let's get into it and have a good conversation. And I'm gonna just be honest, dude. I'm kind of anti-Plarium, so I might be a little bit more negative than usual. I apologize in advance.
Okay, hey, it's fair. It's fair. Next up, the man that is shocking us every single day. I just learned I could do this. A team preset to keep my gear on, which for some reason Plarium just doesn't want to put this in game. But the guy that's bringing this to us, along with his team H2K, Mr. Kessel Gaming, man, you guys are like every day continuously just new update, new update, new update. What's going on?
Working hard, working hard. Not just H2K, it's Rultar and Stixio. We got 4 of us working
Right.
hard over there. But yeah, man, we got a pipeline, bro. We got stuff coming down. We got a lot coming out. And we're loving the feedback and the reception, man. It's been great.
Yeah, man, I'm loving it. Every day I log on, I think Ken was saying the same thing. There's like an update
I'm
coming
gonna
in.
kiss the guest now. I'm gonna kiss him.
Gessel, I'm not a
Gonna kiss him
plumber.
from Turkey.
On the cheek, on the cheek, David.
Gessel, I'm not a plumber, but I swear, dude, I would love to take a look at some leaks.
Yeah, man, I'm absolutely loving this. This is huge. This is huge, and it's just progressively getting better every day, every day. And then last but not least, my next door neighbor, Mr. MXPJE. PJ, what's going on, bro? How are you? I'm actually going to be up in your area in about a couple of weeks.
Nice. Yeah, doing good. Even though we had the I know I gotta go now. Even though we had the podcast last week, it feels like there hasn't been much happening in raids. It's just been super slow. So it's been doing like dailies, playing other games. But it seems like it's about to ramp up a lot. We got a lot coming here in the future. So very, very excited to get back into being busy in raid, and yeah, be excited to talk about it with you guys.
Awesome. All right, let's start off with the path event, because some of you may have done what I did. Some of you may have not.
Bro, you
went-
did not.
Why?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna need that pass out of you.
Hey, did anybody tell Blazin that he's the fucking problem yet, or do you want me to just step in?
I know I'm the problem, bro. But let's
Oh
talk
my goodness.
let's talk about the path event. You know, I really wanted. It's not about the champs, okay? I mean, I did pull 2 really good champs, and I'll share it here in just a minute. But did you guys end up going for this? You know, I really wanted, and I know this is going to sound bad, but I really wanted the frames, and I was really. I will put it this way: I was pissed that they put one of the keys all the way down at the end, which is why you didn't see a shard pull video this week. But I still went for it because I'm just a sucker. That said,
Yeah,
I
you
did
are.
pull me. I did pull 2 new champions. I got myself a Theodosia and a Name.
Yeah.
So those were brand new on the
Nice.
account.
Big pulls.
You
I was
just got
actually-
the Theodosia.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Did you
that
have
was
a-
brand
did
new.
you have a
Congrats,
soul?
bro.
I do. I actually had a 4-star soul for both Name and Theodosia ready to
Nice.
go. So
Nice.
Wait, you pulled both of those this weekend?
pulled both of those this weekend. Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that was brand new. Damn.
Yeah.
Ananas.
So I was really
That's
stoked.
insane.
And then about 20 minutes after I pulled it, they announced that we've got a 2x, and I was like, shit, I saved my shards. But knowing me,
No, you are good.
probably
No, you'll just buy more. It's fine.
yeah, exactly, right? That's it. Ken, did you end up going for the event?
Uh, Actually, last year I did. This is actually directly copy paste from the last year. I got everything last year. Maybe you are going to ask why. I actually don't remember well, but I don't have Aman, but I got his 5-star soul. I also got the every single frame there, okay, from the last year. So why did I got that? Probably last year they actually this event come with the 2x primal shard. I think this is the reason I opened my shard. This time 2x primals come in a little bit late, guys. So but yeah, this year I got nothing, man. Like insta skipper, like I don't want to even see the He-Man, to be honest. Like I don't know why he be back. Didn't understand anything. They should buff him.
The progressive chance was kind of a throw off. I'm like, why would I waste shards? Why would I waste
I mean,
sacreds
at least
on
give
it
us
for
like
this?
another reason to pull 2x secret. Like what the hell, man? What I'm gonna do with that?
Yeah, one of the main reasons why I focused on primals and voids was that I was like, I'm not using sacreds for this. Not happening. Chad, how many of you guys actually went for the event? Did you pull anything good? Anything new for your accounts? King, what about you? Did you do anything?
I have pretty much just been in maintenance mode for the past 2 weeks. I haven't pulled any shards, anything like that. I've just been doing my dailies, doing clan boss, hitting on siege, just doing the doing the login, take care of business, log out.
Okay. PJ?
I just got the first couple just from doing daily stuff. I did the one a couple of years ago, so I had a 5-star soul for him. It is nice that they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individually, because you could skip the 5 and just get the 4, which is what he really needs. Doesn't need the accuracy or the res. I mean, it's a better blessing, but the crit damage is what you're really looking for. So you could skip the 5, just get the 4. So if you were going for it, it probably wasn't too bad, but I personally did not do it.
Okay. DeCurse?
Well, after pulling He-Man, I pulled another 5 more sacreds, and then ran about 3,000, 4,000 energy something into Spider, and got to the 4-star.
Okay.
Because, well, I needed a 4-star to go with the He-Man now, so we went to the 4-star and was able to quit. Like PJ said, that was fantastic. That we are able to get the individual stars like that. That was great. It made it where I could have an easy stopping point. Once I seen the 5-star at 35,000 more, I was like, oh Jesus, hell no. There was no way in hell.
It was a big jump up, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was actually, so if you were trying to go for point, the least amount of points, I guess, to try to get the 2 frames, it was cheaper to go for the soul than it was to go for the soul stones, which I found kind of baffling, to be honest.
That's
Usually
interesting.
the souls, yeah, it was the difference of like 3,000 points when I was doing it. But yeah, I was kind of just like, why? I like I said, I really just want the frames. I'm just a sucker for frames.
Really low
Gessel,
frames.
hey, look,
And
I
painkillers,
mean,
apparently.
yeah, I mean, look,
Hey yo,
you don't get to have like really cool avatars and stuff like that without going for the right frames. Gessel, what about you,
They have
man?
there's no correlation between that.
You gotta have like, I mean, look, I don't have a frame that fits this really cool avatar other than this one. I think right now is probably my best one. I don't know, chat.
You need the frost one. You don't have the frost one?
Frost.
Yeah, the frost
I
one
don't
I'm
even
not pay to
have
win
it.
enough because I didn't get it.
Wait, where we got that
Uh,
from?
I don't know.
I
That's a
think
good
cheap
question.
ass,
I
dude.
don't know.
I have that. Let me check.
I know. I didn't get it, so I don't
You're
know.
not free to
where
play
that
enough
came
to
from.
get it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Bro, if I
exactly.
have that, you should be able to.
No
You
shit.
select
Maybe you weren't
No
playing the
shit.
account at the time.
Gessel, what about you? Did you end up going for the event, man?
Nah, I've been holding on to shards. I'm back up to 17 sacreds. I love that. So yeah, just been chilling, doing masteries, hanging out. I did not do it. I got the He-Man 5-star, I guess, last time because I have it. I don't like Kenpachi. I don't remember doing it, but
I think it was during a primals, 2x primals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
oh,
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So that so I got so I had the 5-star already, so I wasn't gonna mess with it.
Yeah. I mean, overall, like I said, I didn't go with I went with Voids and a Primals, just because I want to hold on to the Sacreds. I didn't need He-Man, and I don't want to get an extra copy of him. So overall, though, I think the event, it was definitely a skip. It just didn't feel like there was that much to go for. But what we'll be going for,
You did the whole thing though.
no, I told
How
you,
can you say that?
it wasn't worth it. Look, I will tell you that after doing it, I'm like, shit, I'm kind of regretting it, but I wanted the frames. Guys, I am, listen, if they gave us champion skins for every single one of these champions, you'd know I would get every single one. I
Just
would.
say it out loud, Blazin. I have a problem.
I do.
I think
You're
he
funny.
secretly works for Teleria.
He's just making it all back.
This guy's
Possibly.
doing the test server on the live server, dude. He's like, I just need everything, dude. Like,
No, but I genuinely do love the frames, and I do love the avatars, which is probably, you know, when Plarium does do, you know, get a avatar frame for any sort of content creator, that's one of the events that I will definitely partake in, just because I want the avatar frame. And it's just it's just something cool. I think it was one of the things that really pissed me off, is that I couldn't have gotten the Leo avatar frame because it was only for the Supreme Club. So, and I went on a rampage in content creator chat about that. Trust me.
I remember that.
Yeah, I went on a rampage in there. All right, let's talk a little bit about some of the events that are going to be coming in. And for the first time, they're doing a 5x speed during CVC. Usually they do a 1x, 2x, 3x, but now they're doing a 5x speed, which is the first time they've done it. How many of you guys are going to be going for it during the CVC? Because it is going to hit on the amount of points that you get back, because Dragon, for some reason, gets lower points. So, Ken, are you going to be going in for that 5x speed?
Bro, like, I think I've been saying that on the more than a year now. Dungeon gears are outdated. And yes, even the speed gear is outdated. Only good dungeon gear reflects it. On the super end game perspective. Oğlum, what is
Okay.
speed gear going to do against like Mercury meta?
Well, I think
They
Mercurial
can go
meta,
first and
yes,
knock
you
it
have-
down.
That's true too.
Yeah, but like
I
they can
mean,
buy your fastest champion. Like it's, I mean, everything has a counter. But being fastest is not. I mean, there is always like faster than you, man. You also need to think like that.
True.
Like you are gonna drop like Blazing, like you are gonna spend like what, $10,000. Bro, like crypto gonna spend $50,000.
I was planning on doing like
Speed
10,000
race,
gems.
speed rate is like PP race, you know, like I don't know, like
I agree with you on the.
I
fact
personally
that
don't
it's
like
not-
the speed. I personally don't like the speed. Maybe it's my personal take, but 3x speed, 2x speed, 5x speed, I don't really care. But if you guys think speed gear is still valuable, yeah, it's a great time to farm. CVC as well. A little bit less point, but I think still worth it. But I just not gonna spend any single shit on that.
Well, I totally understand your point. I do think that speed still has value because Plarium is releasing more and more, you know, Mercurial counters. And we still do have some, but being able to play certain champions like Fabian, like Chad is saying, and like a stone skin, 4-piece stone skin, and, you know, 2 speed sets to try to get him faster definitely is helpful.
Yeah, 2 speed set, man. 2 speed set. Look. Even the like fastest champion today, not using like full speed gear. Like we was using pinpoint set because we was getting ship. Now it's become a like Mercury set. Like two-piece speed set, and you want to spend like lots of money for that, for the 2-piece. You don't already have like decent 2-piece set. Like not
Right.
every single champion need to be that fast. Like things like that.
I get
Guys,
it.
you guys already have a decent speed set. You guys don't need more.
especially with free gear removal being a thing now.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, if the one thing you should be doing is, you know, there's champion presets and then there's general presets. And if you haven't gone in there and put your fastest set of gear in as a general preset to be swapped around on your account, taken your best attacker set, your best defense attacker set, like, and
I mean,
made
like,
these general presets, then you're cucking yourself, and you're also taking a look at these ×3s, ×5s, and you're thinking, well, this is a good place to dump my energy. But the reality is, like, the sets are dead. Like, you can get lethal over getting savage. Savage is a good placeholder if you don't have lethal, but lethal is better. You can get speed set, but you can also get way more out of
you need accuracy, man. Speed is good
merciless,
enough.
or like, it's just speed set. Speed set is good
Speed
up
boosters
until
are disappear, by the way.
point.
There's no speed booster anymore.
Right.
Like,
Like it's just speed
people
set's
are
good up
making
to a
their
point on your account.
yeah, people are making their fastest champion or lookout champion, and they need accuracy. So you cannot like build them with the full speed set. Like, I mean,
Well, I mean, you could do something like I did with my Crixia, which is put her in, broken gear and 6-piece Mercurial.
yeah,
So at least you
yeah.
could do that. But it still would help, having a couple of at least one speed set on there if I wasn't using a pinpoint set over it. But yeah.
Pinpoint set also, I don't know, we are going to talk about that, but
Yeah,
pinpoint
we
set
are.
is coming back as well. It's already dead, bro. I mean, who care about pinpoint set? Use the Mercurial.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
It's so funny, dude, because as soon as they reworked Chronophage, and we were all kind of sitting around like, okay, at least it's better now. But we had no idea that Mercurial was coming down the pike.
Yeah.
And so a lot of us were like, well, I mean, I'll get it if I need it. Now we're sitting here like SpongeBob and fucking Sandy's tank, like, I need it. And now we're getting fucking help. We're getting pinpoint back. And so we were like, man, 2 Chronophage in a row, that's weak. And now I'm sitting here like, oh my God, pinpoint. It's just hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Create the solution, then make the problem.
Gessel, what about you? Will you be going for the 5x speed? Is it worth it for you?
I mean, it might change where I'll farm for CVC from Spider to Dragon. Because I don't know, at least it's a better shot to get something I might keep. You get a little more silver, obviously, out of Spider, but I'm not super hurting on silver these days. So, I mean, if I could pick up a piece or two, I'd be happy with that. But I'm not gonna like spend money on it. I'm not gonna go crazy on it. But I would certainly focus my energy on it during CVC because I mean I like that they're doing it. I would much rather get a speed piece than any other set out of the Dragon. So maybe it gives me a shot to get something good.
All right. This is the last time I ran Dragon when we had to do the event a couple of weeks ago for the Remnant?
Secret Order.
The Secret Order one. DeCurse, what about you? Are you going to be going for this 5x speed?
Okay, let me get this right. We got Web of Corruption coming out with a whole bunch of new champions starting, Thursday?
Yes.
And we got CVC starting Tuesday, and they're putting in a 5x speed during CVC before the fusion. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to hold off.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to be seeing some high numbers is what I'm guessing for the, the tournaments for the Web of Corruption. So think I'm gonna hold off, save my energy as much as I can, and wait, see what this not collaboration, but this event's gonna be.
I should go out there, or I should mention, for anyone that's a newer account, a 5x speed is actually a very good event. A lot of us here are definitely end game players where we're farming some of the best gear out there, so we don't or may not see as much value into it.
I would say if you don't have Marius at that point, I would say that it's still effective. But I would say if you don't have Lydia, it's almost, I would say, required,
right?
So that you can get your faction champs up to speed.
Very good point.
Start cruising, start pushing, but most of us on here are at a point on our accounts where we need 9-piece sets. We're not looking at 2-piece sets anymore. And if we are, there's better 2 pieces that we can fit, and we're slotting in accessories, and accessories don't come in speed set. So take the advice with a grain of sand. But like when you're in the end game and you're talking about getting the hard faction more mythical, and your account is already established, speed set just is not as impressive or needed. So, it's not that we're not saying that the 5X is bad and Plarium's screwing us over and how dare they and whatever. If you're newer to the game, this is the perfect and best opportunity that you can to go in, farm some speed gear for your account, and start making large progressional moves towards getting to your next unlock champion, whether that is Lydia or Marius or Ramontu or somebody. I mean, speed is the name of the game still. It's just when you're in the end game, it's not as necessary.
Right. That's very valid. PJ, what about you? Anything you want to add, or will you be going for it?
Yeah, I will be going for it. I think I'll probably drop a bunch of energy and gems into it. I have like a 10,000 energy stack I have that's ending in like 20 days that I bought a while ago. You guys make great points. I mean, can make great points like Mercurial, 9-piece Mercurial, just like use that. And like you definitely go second is super viable nowadays, but speed is still really, really strong. I mean, I'm looking at a couple of my champions that I have over 400 speed. That had my Lysandra as a 2-piece set. My Arbiter is in a 6-piece set. My Galathir is in a 2-piece set. And like, yeah, you can switch gear, but like, especially for arena champions, like you need them to all have individual gear, and you want to better your account, right? I mean, obviously speed set specifically has been power crept, but I don't know, 5x speed during a CVC is a PR CVC. Yeah, you're not gonna be getting as many points, but sounds pretty good to me. I'm excited. Hopefully you get some upgrades. Speed's still very strong in the game.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I think, early to mid game, even some late game can still benefit as you're moving further into the end game, though. It's definitely you're putting a lot more emphasis on those 9-piece sets like Mercurial. And we should mention that a lot of it is based on whether you're arena based, PvP based, or PvE based, right? PvP based, obviously you want the Mercurial, you want the Stone Skin, you want those sets to be as difficult as you possibly can in arena. PvE wise, though, it doesn't really matter. Like, you could definitely go
PvE wise,
savage.
protection set, Carol set, merciless set.
Yes.
Not speed set.
It also overlaps with the
PvE-wise-
Deck of Fate, doesn't it?
It does. The Deck of Fate is for getting accessories, I believe it is.
For revenge
Reaction
banners.
banners.
Reaction
Revenge,
banners.
And
specifically.
Reaction has been making a little bit of a comeback as well, too, on a couple of
Not really.
champions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna run some dragon. I'm just not going all in. But I mean,
Same.
like there's no reason not to run it a little bit. But I'm not saying that I'm going to be dumping gems and going all in and treating it like it's Pinpoint back in the day or anything like that. So
yeah. Let me ask you guys, did you guys, anybody here get the free limited time gift that was given to us over the last 24 hours?
My clanmate did.
Because
that one. You're talking about that one.
I got this screenshot sent to me. They're like, yeah. And the remark was, it's free after you spend $200. And I will read the exact
Armenian
comment
sent
that
me
was
that.
sent. They need to remove this predatory visual bullshit.
Yes.
Armenian God sent me that, and I'm sitting here looking at it like, isn't that like just a bunch of bullshit? Like, I mean, that's something that they should have tagged onto the end of a tier that you paid for. Like, there's nothing in that really makes me sit here and think like, oh man, these first 3 tiers are totally worth it, even if I'm just going to stop at 4.
Yeah,
Expect
I think
a compensation gift.
Yeah, I would say that, if it was at the first one, yeah, cool. Give me like a third of the energy, and that's a great gift. That's a great, start off. But yeah, this was very, and it was annoying too, because it was like, oh, I have something to collect. I can't tell you how many freaking times I clicked on it, and I was like so aggravated. And I was
Wait,
like,
you clicking free stuff? What's wrong with you? You guys are spending like $1,000 and you guys still looking for a free stuff? Wow.
yeah.
Wait, are you claiming this free mystery shard there like every single day?
Yes.
They should
Are
give
you
us
kidding me?
the free gift.
Are you
The
kidding
free
me?
gift should be on the second tier.
I collect. Hey, listen. I collect.
Are you getting
freebies.
silver ticket?
I collect freebies. Okay. Just
They
'cause
should
I
give
mean-
us the free gift from those tier ladders on the second, so that people who buy the first one get a little bit of a stimulus bump from the second one being free. because the people who whale and are going to buy the crap no matter what, they don't care what stage is free. They're just going to go for it. So it's just again a situation where it's just out of reach of being like a good thing.
Right. All right, let's you know what? I want to start off with the rework to Chimera, because we were told that we should not focus on getting Titus right away, because Plarium this time is telling us that they're going to fuck up Hydra or fuck up Chimera like they did with Hydra. So if you were thinking about getting Titus off your next fusion, which is coming next week, they said, hey, double think that. Maybe wait and don't do that.
Next
Now
fusion,
Fragment, yeah.
fusion,
Fragment
by the way.
fusion.
You cannot
Titus
get
is so
those.
much more than just a Chimera champion. Depends on what you need. He's a Demon Lord, Hydra, like.
True,
With the
true, but he requires Wixwell to be very effective. I mean, unless
Yeah.
you're like the cursed one who
Curse
sits there
knows
with
that.
Brogni and bashes your head against the wall, which I don't know how you do that, bro. Like that's
It's
kudos to
great
you.
content, dude, but it's a fucking sad thing to watch, dude.
I look at it. He was running it before stream, and I'm like, oh my god, he's using. Oh my god, how is he putting himself through
I
this?
don't have Wixwell yet.
Oh. But that said, they announced that they're not going to be changing Titus himself, but they want to put more emphasis on trials. I want to hear from chat first
change
of
your
all,
class.
because is it something that really benefits you, or do you prefer to just go for, I want to, we're going to win this week? Because to be honest, they are going to be releasing quick battles, and it sounds like it's going to be coming within the next patch or two. Both with the rework to Chimera, and they're going to be looking at the rewards. But is it really worth it to go for some of these trials? Because I think the best person that made a comment to me about these trials is you're fishing for the trials, right? And it really feels like I'd rather just set it, forget it, and walk away than trying to fish out some of these trials. Like I know some people that are spending close to like an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to fish for some of these trials. So are you for them doing the rework to base it more off of trials? Or do you just want the straight damage? Let me get it done, over with, and walk away. King, let's start off with you.
So I've been saying it for months now that if they want to fix Chimera, the main thing that they need to do is they need to swap Chimera Clash from damage to trial based. So as a clan, how many trials can our teams collect together? And then you base the multiplier off of that. Because if they're making Chimera is based around trials, everybody who's going for the relic material, doing, trying to build up their account personally, they're having to either not do it to get the damage that their clan's wanting so they can win Clash to get mediocre chest rewards, or like in the top 30 clan that I was in previously, it was like, you know what, Chimera Clash just isn't worth it. Let's just go freestyle, and you guys can go in there, use your 2 keys, and go collect your relic material, and just call it a day. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. Like, we don't give a shit. So I think that by them reworking Chimera and putting a little bit more emphasis on the trials is nice, but they need to up the rewards. I'll let Ken talk about that. And then they also need to rework the Chimera Clash and take it away from damage and base it on collective trials so that they make it more worth it to sit there and spend the time. Because right now, everybody is just getting their full auto, and they're like, well, as long as I can hit 116, I don't give a shit. I just want to be done with it. Right. So if I can sit here and say, well, yeah, but if I spend a little time and I manual this and I swap forms with this mythical and blah, 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 and I can get, 14 trials to more or whatever the number is, because some people can't do that. I realize that, but it would just make for better content overall if they would do that. Like, don't make a boss that's you get rewarded for doing trials, but then make a clash but if you want to do the damage, you're not going to hit your trials. Unless you are a platinum, super platinum, premium credit card swiping demon.
I feel like that was a jab at me.
100% was.
Here's the thing though, like I'm reading chat, right? And a lot of people are like, dude, I just want to auto it. Why, why release a feature where it's going to be quick battle if you want us to focus on trials more, right? Because trials will take time. No matter what you want to do, they will take time to try to get. And, each trial is going to require something different. And from week to week, you do have to rebuild your teams. Like I see I see certain people just rebuilding their teams every, different rotation. And Snackbox is one of those guys that tries to go for as many trials as he possibly can. And I like it's exhausting. Like I look at it and I'm just like, screw that. I'm going to put my full auto team in. And then, when we call for a tank week and I tell guys to work on trials, I literally will do my 112, 113 million and get out. I don't care if I complete a trial or not, because I don't want to spend the time to focus on that unless they make the trials more auto friendly, right? Because that would be the biggest thing. Ken, what about you?
Chimera, first of all, big shout out to Polarum. After more than 2 years, they finally realized that Chimera has a problem. It could be worse, guys. We can be wait like another 5 years, So
Ken just really wants
it's
to
a
know when
good.
we're gonna get the arena bonuses.
They could just not release dumb
Yeah,
shit
like
from the
bro,
beginning.
like there is a weird stuff going on about that. Like as a CC, like I know because I asked that question first on the CC program. Hey, Chimera release it when the live arena bonus is coming. They said like coming soon. Shortly after that, it's not coming anytime soon. Then they said it's coming next year, which is this year. Still no detail about it. Anyway, this is another shit thing. We can talk about that later. Chimera biggest problem is the rewards, in my opinion. It's just funny. Like it's literally funny. Like number one Chimera crash, you are getting rare gemstone. Same for the like top chest on the Chimera Ultra Nightmare difficulty give you rare gemstone. Like 3-star basalt, I think clash rewards, right? But there is a 2-star basalt maximum on the Ultra Nightmare. Anyway, they need to rework on the reward. They need to rework on the rewards. Yeah, I said correctly. Sounds a little bit wrong. And after that, that depends if the reward is worth it, then people can focus to do more trials, I believe, around of the rewards. Because currently I just made a team, full auto team. They are getting like 12, 13, blah blah trials. But the problem is not how many trials you are getting. Each rotation is like they are switching the reward, man. I personally don't have a time for that. For the each rotation, I cannot just make a team and the manual that and the special amount of the reward we are getting totally not worth it. But maybe my opinion can be changed. Maybe I can put some effort there as well if they are going to be buff the rewards. So important thing is the reward, guys. Like I don't know, like even if reward are staying the same, I don't think people are gonna do like trial based team because of the clash. This is what they are gonna say, because end of the day you are gonna get the same reward. Who care about the clash?
I'm curious to hear from chat where. Let's go from 1 to 5, 1 being the shittiest, 5 being the best. With them refocusing to it being more of trials than just pure damage and introducing the quick battle. Where would you kind of rate that? Would you rate it as a good number 5, as it's a welcomed and wanted update, or just a complete 1? Shit, don't even bother with it. PJ, what about you? You are very trial focused, because you got Galathier and stuff. So
yeah, kind of like what you guys all mentioned. I definitely agree. It's not necessarily about how many trials you do; it's about specific trials. And like Ken said, they change every week, so you gotta change your team every week. And the other thing is a lot of these specific trials and the hard trials, you need very specific champions. And if you don't have these specific champions, then you're kind of shit out of luck. So even if you wanted to do trials, you can't. They have been releasing
RNG, by the way. Even you
Yeah.
champion RNG.
Yeah, still RNG. Oh yeah, some of them aren't, but especially like the stun one for Ram, I think that's like one of the biggest RNG ones. Like if he weak hits you, that doesn't count as you like blocking it, so it doesn't count, which like really sucks. That one right there, yeah, for the 6 mythical, the block 7 stun with debuff intercept or stone skin, that one can be
Yeah.
super RNG. But a lot of the other ones are not as bad. But yeah, I mean, I'm like you said, I'm a big trial guy, so it excites me that they're gonna work on it. But at the end of the day, it's all comes down to the rewards. If the rewards aren't worth it, then people aren't gonna like it. And I think that's kind of why they're adding the quick battle as well. Same thing with Hydra, kind of like where they quick battle in every area. The quick battle is not going to do nearly as well as if you manual it or even just auto and just click on the heads and stuff. So if you do decide to do the quick battle, you're going to be hurting yourself with like damage and trials and stuff. So you can either just save your time and quick battle it, or you can do like the auto or manual. So it's kind of like a trade-off. It's like a give and take, depending on if you have time or what you want to do. But yeah, like Ken said as well, like I think my clan's gotten first or second in the last like 6 Chimera clashes, and the best I've gotten is like 2 epic gemstones from it, and it's like either double rare gemstones or it's a epic and a rare gemstone every time, and then you lucky if you get like a 3-star basalt. I mean, it's just a joke. So hopefully they can rework stuff and make it. I think a lot of people just don't want to do it because the rewards suck. But if the rewards are better, I think people might be more willing to put some time and effort into it.
At least for me, speaking for me, I don't think it's the rewards suck. I think it's the amount of time that I would have to put in would be, to almost 2 days worth of dailies for me to be able to complete some of these trials and like fish out for them. So that would be my biggest thing is, you got to make them a little more achievable or auto friendly to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with everything PJ said. Sorry to interrupt, but Blazin, I agree with you. Like, you go in, you're busting your ass, you're doing your manual key or whatever. You get 10 trials, you're on the second rotation or whatever, you're almost the way through, and then something goes wrong, and then that whole run is trashed, and you've got to do it all over again.
Right.
They make more friendly.
And during this interview that they had, Plarium did address, or Banana Jim did say that, we've recognized that spending time in the game is a big issue. We need to save time because, we've given you guys so many things to do. But when you're switching focus from pure damage over to trials as a base, it's definitely, it doesn't send the right signal, at least to my eyes, right? Maybe chat has a different opinion of that. Go ahead, PJ.
Can I say one more thing? Yeah, so one more thing, and this is kind of like a separate subject, but kind of ties in, is like 3%. A lot of these issues is 3%. Like you're doing the run, you're doing the long run, it's going well, and then you get kecked 3%ed, and your run dies on Viper because he steals your buffs and you're dead. So it's like, maybe look at eliminating that. I mean, like, especially for PvE. I mean, I get it for PvP, having 3%, having a shot in the dark for having someone win or something by like that. But for PvE, I really think it's time for them to look at it and taking it out because it's literally there just to screw us. Like, I don't see any.
Every time you say that, dude, it comes flying back to the front of my brain, and I've heard you say it before, and I'm always like, dude, that would eliminate so much bullshit from the game if they would just take the 3% out.
That problem is for the 3%, it would cost them money. And you might not think that it's a, big thing for you, but that's 3% of their bottom line that you're losing in energy if you're a pay to win player, or frustration that you have that makes you want to go back and buy something else. So as much as I agree with that,
so
that's
dumb.
one of those things that they will never take out because of
and
that.
You can also, I mean, for dungeons, 3% doesn't mean you're going to lose. Like, you can still 3% and still win. But, like, it's especially those longer fights. I mean, leave it in dungeons and take it out of the clan bosses.
Just take it the fuck out of the game, period.
I'm trying to make a middle ground. For Teleria, I'm like, leave it in dungeons, but at least where it's a longer than like a 30-minute fight.
You
like,
should not be building
ridiculous.
champions for stats and then have fucking a percentage that you can't see. You never know when it's gonna hit. Nothing, just lurking in the background, fucking us. Period.
Well, I think I'm going to take the comment here from Being Useless that says, I love 3%. It was made to waste my life. I enjoy it so much. I think it's totally
I'm
right.
pinning
It's,
that.
Gessel, what do you got to say, man, about the Chimera being switched over to more of a trial focus is what they want us to do as opposed to pure damage?
Yeah, I'm actually a recently converted trial person. I've been going for it mainly because Stormcaller is insane. I am so tired of that stupid relic, and I need to get one. So I've been going for it, and
I'm about to piss
I.
you off. I'm gonna
You
show
got
you my
the
Marius.
Marius. He's so
Naked.
good.
And he's
Yeah,
naked.
so good. That's
Poor
good though.
Marius.
I want one of those so bad, man. It's so
Um,
dirty, bro. And it's an
it did get a nerf.
unresistible stun, bro. He's just dropping stuns all day. It's so annoying. I hate that
It,
freaking thing. But
it did get a nerf though. It did get a
it did.
nerf because
Brogni.
no, not Brogni. It used to not proc polymorph, and you couldn't redirect it. Now it does.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm gonna start putting polymorph back on people. I'm tired of getting stunned all day.
So
Uh,
you're more
yeah,
converting.
so yeah, recently converted. I've been going for trials. I don't love doing it, to be honest. It's very frustrating. The biggest frustration for me is I use Lydia's A1 and the whatever the relic is that gives you a 60% chance, I think, of converting it to the big
Blessing.
fear, the
The
true
blessing,
fear. Oh, is it
yeah, it's
blessing?
a
Yeah,
blessing.
blessing. My bad, blessing. Thank you. So I'm sitting there thinking it's 60%. Oh, this is gonna land a good amount of times. Well, it like freaking never lands, and then Ninja's dead, and then like I have to restart all the time trying to get those first couple trials. At least it's like the first the first swap. But I find that insanely frustrating. And as to everyone's point, it's very difficult to hit these trials when you're doing stuff like that, when you're going 60-40 RNG, and you need it to land 2 or 3 times to really get get Ninja going and allow him to live through the whole process. So I find it frustrating. When it works, it's great. That could take me 5, 6, 7 tries, and like at that point, I'm like, I just want to throw my Titus team in there and walk away because it's full auto and it gives me like 4 or 5 trials, but it gives me big damage. So
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, I guess I'm mixed. I wish I don't know. Maybe I wish the trials didn't rotate. Is that lame? Like maybe like
I
you
think
could
that's
just
fair.
focus one team.
No.
You wouldn't have to change your team all the time to hit those things. Like maybe they could do that, and I would be happy with that. I don't know.
It depends.
I
It's
think
good or bad if
I
you have
think
those
the
champions
trial.
for that trial or not.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It works
I
out for
think the
some of us.
trials swapping is one thing, but the affinity swapping is a separate thing, and that
Yeah,
doing both is a nightmare.
yeah, it's true too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think overall, am I a fan of them moving over from damage to trials? No. I would say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You've already implemented this, you've already pushed this. People have the choice to either do trials if they want to or do damage if they want to. Um, Learn what you did from Hydra. Because once you start quote unquote rebalancing your content because you've already told us you're not going to nerf Titus himself, um, you're going to piss off a lot of people like you did with Hydra. Hydra made it so, for some people that it was enjoyable. It really kind of changed half of the champions that we went for and kind of killed it. So just a word of caution to Plarium, right? How do you mitigate that if you do go down that way? Make sure that the rewards are worth it, right? I think, you have to take a really, I know you don't like giving us better rewards because it costs you money and, the bottom line is what you care for, but not if, if you do not change the rewards, if you're beginning to change Chimera, two of the things you should do is allowing us to at least rework our champions at no cost, which means giving us a free blessing reroll, right? Free masteries rerolls. And I know you're not going to be happy about this, but give us some way, on a champion that we specifically use for Chimera, like TITUS, because obviously, is it great to do crazy damage on clan boss? Great. Hopefully they don't touch Chimera, but Hydra, I mean, sorry. But giving us a way to, recuperate some of the investments that we've already put in the champions. I know you're not a fan of that, but it's something to mitigate what is going to happen from the backlash. So be careful. Don't just throw it out there. Just think about it, right? Every parent tells their kid, if you're going to do something, think long and hard before you perform that action, because the consequences will surely will be there. And for Plarium, it seems like lately they've been in a really kind of trying to make the community happy, but there's been a lot of backlash. Let's move on to the
Oh, I don't get an opinion here.
That's what she said.
Hold on.
yeah, my bad. I thought I did give you one. Go ahead,
No.
Decurse. My bad.
I've said since day one, the way they released Chimera, all they did was give us a fucking shittier fucking Hydra.
Fair.
It should have been based on trials, period, all the way through. Because I can go do 18 trials if I want on everything from Nightmare down. I can bring a team in, do it. I can't do it on Ultra Nightmare, but it should have always been based on trials. Like, I didn't need another Hydra.
So
And that's all it was, the way they released it, because nobody gives a shit about the trials. Everybody just pushes they made it excessive reward damage amounts for, to get into the super high.
You got to win the clash.
Yeah, you gotta win the clash, which got to be, you have to have billions of damage. No, how about we see what the whole clan does as a on trials?
I get that. Well, I get
Remove
that. You
the
just
point total right out of there. That should only be for tiebreakers.
you made that. You
I've been
raised
saying this since
an
day
excellent
one.
point there, in possibly doing lower stages, lower difficulties, because you can complete more trials. So I think there needs to be a little bit of, because I could go into normal or easy and complete every single trial.
But in the same way that there's a point multiplier for damage, there would still be a point multiplier based off the difficulty in which you completed the trials.
Right, which there is currently.
So now I got to worry about fishing out trials and putting up more points.
No, the point shouldn't even be in there. The point should only be used as a tiebreaker, in Clash. That should be it.
Yeah.
It should all be based, the clan that has the most amount of trials complete should be at the top of the Clash list. And then if you have two clans tied, then it goes by the point total. Points should never been anything in there other than just a tiebreaker, because I didn't need another shitty Hydra. And that's all they released it as, is a shitty Hydra. You get shitty rewards. It takes just as long. You have to restart 1,000 times to get the right, RNG and everything, the right timing of everything going down. And then the whole thing that was supposed to make it different is the trials. And then you don't even use the trials as the clash. Like, it's damage is all they worry about. And I think it's stupid. If you put it just at trials, then people with smaller teams can actually go in there and rival some of these high spenders.
Well,
because everybody's limited until the
because the high spenders then won't spend.
Tiebreakers.
But the high spenders won't spend
because how many people's actually doing all 27 trials in one run?
Not a lot. As a matter of fact, I think I have a screenshot here that somebody sent me of a team they did, and this was the team they used. Being useless. How many trials did you get for this? And how long did it take you to do this? Right. That's the big thing, is the time frame, man. That's what really gets me. But you have to make it. You have to make it more
auto friendly. In the chat saying he's gotten 21.
21.
That's still 6 away from being at max. So
Yeah.
how many people literally in the game, how many accounts have actually ever hit the 27 trials in a match?
Well, but they're trials, and they should be trials for a reason. Like, I don't want everybody to be able to hit max trials, but
Yeah.
Well, true, I get that.
because then it's
And
just kind
that's
of negates the clash aspect of it. But I
Right.
don't know. I
like
mean, I
me,
could
my
be pissed
highest
off
has
about
been
Chimera for the
18.
whole podcast, so it's
Like my
Um.
highest is 18. You know,
that's
seeing
completely
somebody hit
respectable.
seeing somebody hit 21, that's cool. That gives me something to try to push for. That's where your difference is. And that's what I'm saying about, if they do clash by collective clan trials, somebody that has a 21 can make a little bit of difference that steals the trial from having a tiebreakers and stuff like that. That's instead of it just being, ooh, damage, yay, another dumb hydro, yay.
I think maybe if they give more points for well, let me back up here. I think the best way that they should do this is the trial itself multiplier should reward you with more points. I don't think removing and saying Titus is itself is going to be an unwanted team and you want to focus. I think the multiplier should change, and I think that's where they should probably focus. I think if they go with it that way, then yeah, people would definitely go with pushing for more trials if the trial, because the damage is kind of funky. It doesn't, if you're
Well,
at the 1.5 multiplier, or if you're going at the 15 multiplier, you're only getting that 15% based on the damage that you've done from the time you've accrued that after. You don't get it for the whole time.
and that's exactly the point that I was just about to say, is that they should make the point multiplier retroactive to your run overall, because having
Yeah.
to sit there for like the first rotation and fucking panic burst as many trials as you can,
Yeah.
instead of being able to, like, okay, for the first rotation I'll do all of these, and then I'll do the cleanup on the back end. It would take a lot of it out, not a lot of it, but it would reduce a lot of the, you know like I've been in
Very good
PJ
point.
streams quite a bit, and I'll watch him doing his runs with Necmo, dude. And if you want to see some straight up quality fucking raging, dude, watch a Necmo Thar run on Chimera, dude, because that dude is an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I
Should
think
see when he uses Lydia. It's even worse.
I think the trials, if their best way to go for that is, you're right, make it so that everything counts and give them more of a boost. Maybe the harder the trial you complete, like based on the level, right? So if the trial is, why am I not getting into it here? Here we go. If the
Personally,
trial
all stage
is a
three
normal or a
trials should
hard
be
one,
mythical.
yeah, maybe a normal or hard should reward you with a better multiplier, as opposed to the easier ones that you can just complete with Titus and stuff. That said, I don't think that they should make it so that Titus is not a usable champion anymore. I still feel like for some of the people, because let's also face it, we may not like the rewards that we get for completing your personal clash, and these do need to be updated, but they do help sometimes, right? There are some gemstones that are epic or rares that are still very useful, for endgame players, and that some of us may still use. Not a lot of them.
I mean,
but
even a
there's
broken clock is right twice a day.
that's true. So yeah, I mean, we can still keep talking about this for hours, but I do want to touch up on the web of corruption stuff that we're gonna have. That said, yeah, Plarium, just be mindful. Don't just push right into it. I know you said you're gonna do it within the next update or two, but yeah, just be careful with it, please, please. All right, let's move on to, and sorry to curse, I didn't mean to skip you. I thought I had you already.
No worries, no worries, no worries.
Let's talk about the web of corruption. Now, this is supposed to come on the storyline of the chaos event. It's supposed to be right after that, or part of that. I didn't really read the lore, nor do I really want to, because as much as I like to listen to lore, I don't like reading. But we are getting a new event dungeon. We are getting 6 new champions. Don't worry about the champions being limited time because it's not a special collaboration, so you will be able to get them. Thinking back at the Chaos event that they did last year, almost every single champion was accessible through shards or anything. I think it was the one event that they didn't do a top 1% unless I think it was like the Carosa, which didn't really count, right? And they also did do a progressive for her. So the duration is going to run from June 3rd to August 5th. So we get a little bit of over 2 months, right? We are going to get a free legendary login champion. Yay. We don't know the skill kit for that one yet. Unfortunately, we know the skill kits for everything else, but not that. We do get a new dungeon event boss. So that's kind of nice. They didn't kind of rewash the old one, although we'll see how much fun this one is because she seems to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I do kind of like the rework to the Bastion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it too much red like it was last time, Ken?
Yeah, I guess it's cool. I don't really remember the last one too. I think it was like too complicated, right? Yeah.
The last one just had too much red everywhere, which interfered with like the red dots. So anybody else? Let me just ask this way: anybody dislike the new Bastion that they're going to be running? No.
I mean, I don't even pay attention to it.
The curse is like, I know you guys put the time and effort into making this look pretty and cool, but I don't give a shit. The background for the new event boss, which looks pretty cool. I'm kind of happy that they're not sticking with the Odin background. Thank God. Change it a little bit. That's nice. We get 6 new champions. We get Flown the Silverheart, which is going to be the first fragment fusion starting from June 17th. So not next week, but the week after, right? Starting from August 5th, you'll be able to obtain the legendary, it's the, Void Boss, right? Rihanna the Mourned. From shards, you'll be able to get, and again, these are from what they expressed. They're going to follow the same thing that they did with the Chaos events. I do think, though, that if anything, she's probably going to be the top 1% on like a 2x Voids or 2x Primals. We get Teleria Soul Cruiser, which will be obtainable from shards if you don't pull her through the guaranteed event that she does. Varkos Head Splitter. We already get told that there's going to be another classic fusion starting July 1st. So we're really going to go back to back, June 17th to July 1st. We're not going to get a big break, which is kind of tough. And then you'll be able to get the Loyalty Champion all the way up to August 5th. Now, we do have the kit for the new fusion that's starting in 2 weeks. Let's take a look at the skill kit and let's see, is this champion going to be worth it? The A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff on the target for 1 turn. It books up to 50%. Looks pretty solid. Triple hitter on the A1, definitely welcomed for Mercurial. The A2 attacks all enemies 2 times. Deals 10% more damage for each debuff on them. For each enemy debuff on them, will ignore unkillable and block damage, which is kind of nice. Kind of like what Thor did when he came out, right? The A3, another double hitter, but it's single target. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. First hit has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. The second hit has a 75% chance of placing a block active skills or block passive skills, for 2 turns. Then applies a debuff spread, taking all effects from the target, placing them on all enemies. And finally, attacks all enemies 1 time, will ignore 20% of the target's defense, which is honestly pretty solid. And that looks like it's on a 4-turn cooldown. And then as for the passive, for each Silver Watcher ally on the team, including this champion receives 10% less damage from AoE and will ignore target's defense effects against the champion are 10% less effective. whenever this champion attacks, has a 30% chance to turn a weak hit into a normal hit. This chance increases by 10% for each debuff on the target. All right, Ken, is she going to be, a good free-to-play option for our player base?
I think it's he, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Disrespect.
No. I mean, I'm not stuck in this kind of stuff, but I think, yeah, he. I mean, I don't care. Okay, let's
move on, Ken,
I
move
mean,
on.
yeah, let's move on. Obviously, like, we call that when they release like Mercury set, we already call that they are going to release a bunch of the champion or the mechanic, blah blah blah, stuff to counter the Mercury set. They are creating the problem and selling the solution, guys. Like they always do that. Like Sabria released it, and now this champion, looking at his A1 skill attack one enemy 3 times. I wonder why. I wonder why attack 3 times and the A2 skill attack enemy 2 times. Also, you guys going to probably cover, but I need to go after my thoughts about the fusion, guys, because I'm a little bit sick. Sorry for that. Neve, high elf champion, right?
Yep.
She also like a low cut champion, attack skill stuff like that. She can also like be annoying and upcoming void legendary dungeon boss. She's attacking a enemy 3 times, like a Marius, decreasing duration of the steal the buff, something like that. I mean, he's looking promising. There is not many champion ignore the unkillable buff, that's why the TITUS here, the champion you pull blazing, super OP right now in the current meta. I'm talking about high end game arena. But end of the day, his A3 skill also a little bit similar to the Carnage. Obviously, Carnage mythical champion, so he's not that great as a Carnage, but potential. Passive skill, I'm not huge fan about it, to be honest. But end of the day, he's a DPS, and we don't know his multiplier. If the multiplier is good, I think definitely worth to go, And the good news is it's going to be fragment fusion. Maybe it's a bad news for you guys if you guys holding your fusion stuff. But the previous fragment fusion, Masahiro, was so easy. Like we can skip like one summon event, and I don't really like remember I saw that like before. It doesn't mean this fusion also going to be similar, but I'm expecting this fusion also going to be like a little bit easier, guys. So maybe another reason to collect him. You can save him for the CVC champion chess tournament. Worst case scenario, that's the good thing about the fragment fusion. That was my thought, and I need to go now. I'm sorry again. I'm a little bit sick, guys. Need to get rest. So
Bye, Ken.
All right, Ken. Catch you later, bro.
Buddy.
See you later, Ken.
thank you so much for the having me again, guys, and take care of yourself. Catch you next week, hopefully. Bye.
The cameras
Hey,
are
why
bug
did
out.
these guys get banned?
So someone was spamming chat, and I was asked to put slow mode on, and I didn't. I think I screwed up something, so I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, you
Dakars,
banned 2 people. Want me to unban them?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
please.
unban
Thank you.
being useless.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
can unban David.
I'm a streamer, guys, and I have no idea how any of this stuff works. I'm so sorry. Dakars, can you share screen real quick, please, so we can fix the cameras?
Share screen.
Yeah, share your screen.
And let that be a lesson to you, chat. Don't fuck up. Thanks.
Bring the ban hammer.
I know.
Yeah, I can't
and one of the
share
guys
that
I
screen. I don't
banned was
have a game
actually a
ready.
mod too. I was like, shit. I need to.
You're gonna have to remod them.
I'm gonna have to remod
Like
them.
I don't have any games going on this PC.
That's fine. None of that stuff's gonna show anyways.
Yeah, they're not gonna see it.
So, anyways, all right. So, Gessel, what about this guy? Is he gonna make it on your teams for anything?
I don't think he'll make any of my teams. But I think I don't know, like he's kind of like Carnage is better than him, right? And just with a fair amount of effort, you're gonna get Carnage. But he's still interesting. I'll definitely go for him. I like fragment champs. I like having them ready for champion chases. If you got to bring out the old sniper rifle sometimes. This is good ammo for that. So that's really what I'm looking at it for. I mean, it's an interesting kit. It's different. I think obviously it's the multipliers. I did see a video may have come out already on this champ, and it looks like damage is underwhelming. So that's disappointing on the A2. So it looks like to me you'd really focus on that A3, maybe build a little more accuracy. Like my Carnage right now is in a 6-piece stone skin. So I can just get 2 turns of the crazy debuffs he drops in that first swarm. I would see this being similar to that.
Okay. PG, what about you?
Yeah, definitely depending on the multipliers. Kind of sad to say the A2 doesn't hit that hard because I feel like that's a lot of what we like about him. Ignoring the unkillable and block damage and the same moves really strong because that's super meta right now, unkillable and block damage. So kind of sinks that he doesn't hit that hard on the A2. The A3 is definitely really interesting though, especially for new players and mid-game players that don't have Carnage. Block passive skills is really hard to get, and you pretty much make it AoE because you're debuff spreading. So AoE block passives is super strong. And Carnage just takes a long time to get. I think Chalco has block passives, but he's a void. Yeah, there's not many people. So just that alone, even if he doesn't hit that hard, and you just build him for more of like a support for like PvE stuff, maybe PvP, but more for PvE. Control block passives could be pretty interesting as well.
Okay. King, what do you got to say about him?
Interesting looking kit. I enjoy any opportunity at this point that I have to get multi-hitters, AoE multi-hitters with the current meta. Shout out to all my homies with the R bias. That's another Sylvan Watcher. If you got Nice, that's another one. I mean, with that passive, there's definitely some interesting team comps that you could put together. And if you speed tune it correctly, it could open the door for some damage to come from somewhere else. If his multipliers aren't as good as we would like them to be. Nice seeing a spirit nuker. I know that we, have gotten quite a few of those recently, but I'm always down to see spirit nukers. Right now, I would still love to see a larger influx of force nukers, but we'll get there when we get there.
I'm just happy it's not another magic nuker, man. I mean,
Yeah,
Peter loves
exactly.
magic
Like at this
nukers.
point, dude, just fuck off with the magic champions. Like let me do some stuff. It's either void or magic, void or magic.
That's why he's
So
not really a nuker.
yeah, I mean he's definitely going in, with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but the kit wise though, it looks like it could be very interesting. So I'll definitely be going for this fusion. I took a break on the last fusion just because I didn't really need it. And I'm not a Pokemon Pokedex hunter, so I am looking
Again, I feel
forward
like that's
to
another
using
jab
my
at
my
me.
save up of shards on this guy. So
Okay. Was that another jab at me for Pokemon Hunter?
no, dude. Yeah, it was.
If you think it's a jab at you, it probably is a jab at you.
And even if you don't, dude, probably was.
It is, still is.
Question chat, am I the problem or am I the solution? What do you guys think?
The problem.
Decurst, will you be going for this guy?
Yeah, he's gonna look real nice next to Nell.
Okay.
The fact that he blocks the passive skills, I don't have any champions that does that yet, so I'm gonna need him. Put him alongside Nell, it's gonna be even funner. We're just gonna enjoy it. I'm doing it. I'm at the point right now where got to do every fusion because they've just showed us recently with the one that they just buffed. They just released her like a month earlier, and they're buffing her already. Like so, people are complaining about his multipliers and that he doesn't hit hard enough. Gotta have him just in case they do buff him.
Right. Fair. And they've been doing a lot of buffs. Every month now they've been doing 2 reworks to legendaries. They've pretty much ignored all the epics, which is kind of sad. But they've moved on to the stage where epics are now considered food champions instead of
I mean, it's getting to the point mythicals need to be buffed.
True. So yeah, valid points. I think overall, he's going to be a pretty solid for almost any accounts. Hi. But I do feel like, is he going to be the answer for Mercurial? I don't think so. I think Marius is still the more plausible answer. Like he doesn't bring like Seal or something. Like if he brought Seal instead of block passives, I think that would have been better. But that's just my opinion. Let's give a big shout out here to our boy, Mr. Pogo Pink Tie, another fellow content creator and also fellow union brother out there in California, right next to our boy Gessel there. Make sure if you guys are not following him, please give him a follow over on the Twitches. You know, I do love the which one is it? The 421, I think it is, where it's Stewie and what's the dog's name?
Brian.
Brian.
What the dog doing?
Fern.
I do love that one that he has on there. All right. Moving on to the champion skill kits. 2 of the champion skill kits are being revealed. We do have Telenia Soulseer and Varkos Head Splitter, which I believe this guy is the free login champion, right?
No.
Fuck, man.
No.
I thought that
No,
she was
no.
going to be a nuker finally for high elves, dude. Damn it.
Nope. So it's a dark
You
elves.
psych.
It's the other one. So let's start off. Let me make these a little bit bigger here because I'm blind.
That's what she said.
Okay. You know, your daughter was just there. Let's try to keep it PG friendly, you know? Just saying.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, she's in the other room, dude. She's playing Toka Boca.
All right, so let's review Telenia's first. The A1 attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of instantly activating 2 poison debuffs, and she is for the high elves, which might fit very well with Elenaro. On the target, instantly activates all poison debuffs on the target if the target has any of their skills on cooldown. So this won't be useful for like clan boss, or maybe because if the A2 and A3 is on cooldown, that could work. This will book up to a 50%, which seems pretty okay. The A2 looks like it's going to book down to a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing 2 poison debuffs on all enemies for 3 turns. Pretty solid, actually. You know, for places like Spider, any wave based, right? Increases all allies' turn meter by 20%. I do think that this is the first champion that places poisons and increases everybody's turn meter. Which actually, I do take that back. Stock does increase turn meter, so I do take that back. I apologize. And then the A3 attacks all enemies before attacking, places a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 2 turns. So we get a hit, increased accuracy, and a lockout on a 3-turn cooldown for 100%. Very solid, especially in the current meta. And then the passive increases all allies' turn meter by 2% whenever a poison debuff is activated on an enemy. If there are multiple champions on the team, only one will activate. This skill will not activate on the duplicate copies of this champion if this champion is dead. So good to know. Decreases enemies' crit rate by 5% and crit damage by 10% for each poison debuff on them. This effect does not work against bosses, which is kind of useless because you're not going to bring it against, you know, a PvP base, or maybe you will. Who knows?
I mean, poison's kind of out of the meta now with like Mercurial and whatnot.
True.
But with
true.
Calvalax, that could be crazy.
But I do think for wave-based content, I think this champion is going to be absolutely kind of nutty to play, especially if you've got like a Calvalax already in there. And, you know, actually, maybe with the Arachna Elixir, this could be, you could have some fun with it. That said, Gessel, are you going to go for her and try to get her for Arena? You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, I muted. My bad. Yeah, I don't think going for Arena. Poison, as was just said, poison's kind of obviously not a big thing in meta with Mercurial right now. So I think I don't know. I like the only real reason would be to like get all the champs, right, and kind of finish out whatever the gift is. And I'm not gonna get that either, so probably not gonna go for it. If it's a relatively easy way to get her, maybe I will. But yeah, if it's like a pricey like Decafade event or something, I probably won't.
Yeah. Okay. Um, King, what about yourself?
I mean, GG pretty much summed it up perfectly. I'm kind of gonna just jump on the boat with him.
Okay. So if it's not a too costly kind of event, we'll go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. I
If
mean,
not,
it
we're not
it'd be
we're
fun
not
to see her. Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun to see what she could do with like Ezio. It'd be fun to see what she could do with, just your standard poison champs, like anything that, poison can get another gimmick with. I'm pretty much about it. I love poison teams and I love freeze teams. Those are my two favorite kind of gimmick teams that I like to try to put together. So, as long as it's nothing too crazy, I'll probably go for
I am kind of also thinking maybe like a solo dragon stage 10 hard mode, depending on the blessing that you might have. That could also work. PJ, what are your thoughts?
I think she's pretty interesting, especially the back half of her kit. The first A1 and the A2 with the poisons, like you guys said, with Mercurial and stuff. Not super interesting in PvP, but the A3 for PvP is pretty interesting in my opinion. First, she's self-buffing increased accuracy, so that's huge. And yet it's not like a full lockout like Fabian, but double lockout's pretty meta right now. So you run her a little bit faster than your Fabian, you have her go, increase the accuracy, and then have him come in after and like kind of clean up with the accuracy, and then he'll also have the increased accuracy too, so it's even like higher up to lock them out. They both are spirit. But I think her with Fabian or her with other lockouts would be very strong. She's also hitting, so it's getting rid of one of the Mercurial stacks. And then the passive is also pretty interesting. Granted, it's going to be kind of hard for the poison to get on the champ, but it doesn't have to be necessarily her poisons, which is interesting. It can be any poisons could help boost your turn meter or put out that decreased crit rate and crit damage. So a little interesting. And then her passive speed on all battles is really good, 90%. So I don't know. I think that A3 could have some interesting synergy with PvP.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now, and Darn said, Theo, putting him with Theodore, that could work. Actually, that could be really good, to be quite honest. If you pair her with like another Calvalax or something, like I think you'd have the makings of a 2-man team for speed farming dragon tail
Yeah, you
10
could
hard
even
mode.
dust off Bad Alcazar with her kit.
That's true too. That's true. That would be actually kind of massive. The Cursed, what are your thoughts?
As you was reading it, the first thing I thought for the first half of her kit was like it's just a small, slightly better version of Zavia. And then as you get into the second half of her kit, like PJ said, it gets way interesting in there. So I mean, I don't know if I'll go for her. It just depends on how easy it is to get. It's more along the lines of, how bad will 3%, screw me out of another, random shard that should be a, Lego. But, other than that,
Well,
it's kind of interesting. The kit is halfway dated though. Like with Mercurial right now, Poison ain't doing anything in PvP. You're only looking
true,
at best PvE.
true.
So
Um,
yeah.
I am a big fan of the A3 though, because it does give you a lockout, even though it's only for 2 turns. It does give you a lockout, so you could essentially, even the A2 gives you a turn meter boost. So even if you didn't build it with a lot of accuracy and you just wanted to use it as a pure support, you could possibly do that. I do think though that she is going to be more PvE based than PvP. And that, to be quite honest right now, unless a champion has a double hitter on almost every ability and gets an extra turn, or a triple hitter, they're not going to be PvP at all because of Mercurial. So I think until that issue is resolved, it's definitely more champions are going to be PvE based, and then you get into the question on how many PvE champions do you need, right? So I think overall pretty solid champion. I'm on the same consensus as Gessel that if she's a pretty obtainable I'll go for it, but I'm not gonna, if she's a top 1% situation, there's no way in hell I'm going for her, especially because she's not a limited time champion. So I'm kind of happy Plarium did this. Let's talk about Varko's Head Splitter. The A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore unkillable. When counterattacking, will attack 3 times instead. It's a little unclear if it's, 3 double hitters or just 1 triple hitter. I'm guessing it's the 1 triple
I think it'd be
hitter.
1. Yeah.
1 triple hitter.
I'm guessing it's the 1 triple hitter, but the way Plarium words things and the way they code things are not always matching. The A2.
Imagine just 6 smackaroos, dude. That'd be fucking crazy, dude.
I'm just saying. I mean, it could happen. It could happen. The A2 attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore block damage and shield buffs, which is nice. Whenever this champion teams up with an ally to attack an enemy, they will use this skill. When joining an ally's attack, it will attack 3 times instead. So this guy, I'm already thinking like Necret, putting him in with that. Like Necret goes, and this guy comes in with a triple hitter afterwards. This could be very, very nutty, very, very fun. The A3 places a 60% increased defense buff, a counterattack buff, and a 15% shatter buff on this champion. And guys, if that wasn't enough on a 4-turn cooldown, he goes ahead and gets an extra turn, so then he can go from the A3 into the A2. Yeah, kind of nuts. Like this guy a lot. Does seem like he's going to be a pretty solid Mercurial counter, although it is only a single target. And then the passive has a 15% chance to join the attack whenever an ally or an enemy attacks an enemy. The chances increase to 25% when this ally from the Dark Elves faction attacks. Enemies killed by this champion, whenever used an ally attack or a joint attack, cannot be revived. So he gets a block revive. Damn, that's kind of nice. I think this guy, he's going to definitely be useful for a lot of PvP content. And I do primarily see him to be used for that. But Coco, what do you got to say about it?
This fucking guy. His kit is a lot more interesting to me than the previous champ, Soul Seers. Just in terms of overall usability in different areas of the game. I like his kit. I wish that the A1 or I wish the A2 was an AoE. But I mean, I think that just gives him a lot more viability for, like, say, PvP. Poor Man's Block Revive on the passive is pretty cool. I like when they have this counter attack baked into the kit instead of it being buff reliant. So like there's the mythical orc that for some reason I'm brain farting her name. She's got it. Then there's Prisma has it as well. Just like that chance to go in. Geralt is her name. Jeez. But anytime you have a champion where somebody else on your team takes an attack and then you've got a chance to have an ally join for free, like I'll take that any day. So especially like that he uses the A2 to ignore to get through block damage and shield, because one thing that I'm noticing a lot in PvP is that even though Mercurial is heavily, prevalent out there right now, I see a lot of people running Neve teams still, and they're not really leaning into Mercurial because they're relying on that block damage being there for them to kind of get their team established and up and going buff-wise and stuff. So definitely, nice to see a Force champion coming in with a better than decent kit. And I am really just looking forward to pulling that guy. And between the two kits, I would say that he's more likely to be the Deck of Fate champion than to be an easier to get one, because his kit looks a lot more useful.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel you on the Neve part. Now I get to jump on that bandwagon. so that's kind of nice.
Mhm.
I'm thinking Cardiel vibes here, right? Because Cardiel can attack, so can this guy on a random attack. So I could it possibly be that ally attack is back for Live Arena? Is that how Plarium decides to solve the
And
Mercurial meta? Go
can
ahead.
I ask a question of you guys because I've been curious about this and you may know. So if you have multiple champions on your team that have this counterattack baked into the kit, do only one of them have the chance to come with, or would all of them individually have a chance? So like could Cardio come in and this guy come in,
They
or
all
would it
can.
be one or the other?
Nope, they all can because it's separate.
Okay,
As long
cool.
as the champion itself is not a copy of. So let's say, you know, you had Cardiel and him, and each one could have that percentage.
Okay, cool.
So Gestel, PvP wise, man, is he gonna make it on your team? Are you gonna go for him?
Yeah, 100%. We'll go for this guy. One, ignore unkillable. Insane. There's not that many people that ignore unkillable. I don't have nice, so I don't know how good that feels. But also ignores block damage. Obviously, we're gonna see how hard this guy hits, but it looks like they're lining him up to hit pretty hard. But that
He's
A3
defensive
is
base.
gross. Yeah, defense base, but yeah, the A3 is gross. Like increased defense off the bat, counterattack off the bat, shatter off the bat, and take an extra turn. Now you
Yeah.
got counterattack up, and you're hitting through unkillable on his A1. That's freaking crazy. And
Yeah.
yeah, you also hit through the A2 if you get with an ally attack. I love this guy. I will 100% be going for him. 100%. And his
He's
passive is
cooking.
super strong. Super strong.
Agree. PJ, thoughts?
Yeah, just like everyone else, I like this dude a lot. When I first saw this guy, I was like, wow, this guy looks insane, especially with all the potential triple hitters. Kind of like the same thing with the fusion we were saying, that unkillable, having an ignore unkillable and ignore block damage on the same kit is really strong. I mean, on that dude, it was on the same move, but this dude, same kit, still really strong. I like the A2 that if he ally attacks, he's using that instead. That's really, really cool. And then, like Gusto said, the A3 is insane. The extra turn, it kind of makes me salty that Cassandra doesn't have an extra turn because I really feel like on her A3, she needs one. She's a very
I
similar thing
agree.
where she's giving shatter, increase attack, and increase speed. But no extra turn, and it really sucks to have to go all the way around to then use the A2. So maybe buff Cassandra, put an extra turn on her A3. But yeah, this
Dude,
dude
I
looks
slept on her.
insane.
I slept on her because she didn't have the extra turn.
Yeah, it sucks. You can still use it, but definitely the extra turn makes it way better. And this is almost like it's a three, pretty much a 3 turn because that's a 6 turn books down to a 4 turn, but then with the extra turn, it's gonna be a 3 turn. So it's a 3 turn on a 3 turn, I guess, but you're losing once there's a 2 turn. But yeah, I mean you're gonna get back around it so fast. And then the passive is like the same passive as Ronda with the 50% chance. And then in Siege, definitely see it'd be really good in Siege, getting that 25% chance. The block revive on the passive is really, really nice. Defense base, like you said, yeah, as long as this dude hits hard, which like Gessel said is they're setting him up to hit really hard, he looks really fun.
Dark Elf specific teams in Siege have a chance? Question
Yeah,
mark.
because now we have Mavara too, who's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I don't know. Swarm Speaker, Xylic, seems pretty good. Haven't really play tested him, to be quite honest.
Zerbu
So
got him.
Zerbu got him. Maybe I'll give him a dark.
That
Elf
guy
for the next
that
Siege.
guy is pretty fun, dude. I mean he's not Teox, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But like he's definitely on the upper.
Yeah. The Curse, what about you? What do you think about this champion skill kit? Is it gonna be somebody you
I
want to go for?
Yeah, I really like his skill kit. Again, PJ mentioned it best, having both ignore unkillable and block damage. Right now we're dealing with that everywhere in, PvP. So that's fantastic. It's not on the same skill, but still you got two parts of it. Yeah, I like him. I think I'm gonna go for him.
Cool.
He's gonna be a
Yeah.
fusion, right?
No,
No.
he's going to be the other champion that you can pull from shards or through either a deck or some sort of other event.
Okay.
Hopefully
So
guaranteed.
he'll be another guaranteed. He will be accessible. That's a chat. Who would you guys go for if you had the shards for only one? Would it be Telenia Solcier or Varkos Head Splitter? to
Think they do a? Do you think they do a split Soul Heroes path for both of these afterwards?
of course.
God.
Of course they have to.
And then Blazen's got to get his fucking 60,000 point avatar frame, you know, like.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you know, and then you wonder why I keep calling you Coco Melon.
Because your brain's empty, dude, from having to fucking explain to your wife about your credit card statements, dude. Like, you're just tired, man.
Timberwolf, make sure you hit me up in Discord. That way I can get on and redeem the gem pack for you guys. Also, if you do not know, on the Twitch side, if you're watching, you can go ahead and earn channel points and redeem monthly gem packs. I believe we do 1 or 2 per stream. So if you're interested, make sure to subscribe on the Twitch side so you can see when we are streaming. All right. Now we get the dungeon boss. Seems pretty scary. Although I don't know. Maybe she's easier than I think it is. She just seems to be like a real big pain in the ass just to kind of take down. I feel like she's going to be like Carosa was. And I can say that the event dungeon isn't going to be as fun as we thought of, or as easy as we think of than it was last time. The A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit will ignore 15% of the target's defense, heals this champion by 30% of the damage inflicted, grants an extra turn if this attack kills the target. Pretty strong A1, to be quite honest. The A2 attacks one enemy 2 times before attacking, has a 75% chance of placing a weakened debuff on the target for 2 turns, which requires accuracy, will ignore 15% of the target's defense, and any block damage buffs, will also ignore a 5% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion, stacks up to 35%. Damn, that is powerful. Reduces the cooldown of this champion's Distant Fury, which is the A3, by 1 turn, and places a stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. If this attack kills the target, this debuff cannot be resisted. So, you know, for people like Festo who wanted the Stormcaller, there you go. And that's on a 3-turn cooldown. The A3 attacks all enemies 3 times before attacking, places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Each hit has a 75% chance of stealing 1 random buff from each enemy. Fills this champion's turn meter by 10% for each buff stolen. This does require accuracy. It is down to a 3-turn cooldown. Also, Mercurial total guard stacks can be stolen. So she can actually have a chance at stealing Mercurial. And it does book up to 100%. So I do foresee her being a menace in Arena. Monkey can steal Mercurial as well too, yes. This champion deals 30% more damage while they are under 3 or more buffs. While this champion is under an increased attack buff, block debuffs, and a veil or perfect veil buff at the same time, prevents this champion's death, and their debuffs instantly affect also cannot be resisted. All right, so she doesn't give a veil or block debuffs. She does give an increased attack. But guess who does give a veil and block debuffs that is part of the same faction? And you can get her for $20 if you stop playing for 21 days. Anybody?
Elva.
I thought you were going to say Duchess, but then you said same faction.
Same faction, Elva. This is going to be massive, and you damn well know, guys, that after stage 25, Elva is going to be on the team here, so do be prepared for that.
Sure.
Gesto, what are we thinking about this chick for Arena?
Yeah, it looks another one that I would love to get. This is gonna be Void, so probably gonna be a difficult one. I would imagine it's gonna be like when a champ chase or something, right? So probably tough to get, but I would love to get her. A2 looks insane. A3 nice. Yeah, bro, I love it. I love her. I will definitely take one. My guess is I probably won't get her.
Okay. Chat, do you guys think she's going to be the 1% for champ chase, champ training? Where do you think this champion will be obtainable? King, what about you?
Would love to get this champion. I mean, as soon as I saw her kit, I knew she was void. I mean, it says it right there on the picture as well. But like, you just see these kits and you're just like, man, this is crazy. This is one of them. Like a self-buffing triple hit with buff steal. Like even though it's random one buff, and then it's got turn meter fill all on the A3, which books down to a 3-turn is insanity. And then, I mean, even her A1 is I don't know, man. Like you just read the kit. Like every ability this champ's got is nuts, and the passive. If you can get a Veil worked into your team, like she would be crazy. I mean, so you go in there with like a Galathier or even just kind of the legendary ones. Like I've seen some pretty crazy Elvas in PvP. I've seen some pretty crazy, like Glycad's another really good option. Like there's some really good Veils out there, and you put. Anytime I'm talking about Sylvan Watchers at this point, because I have Nice, like I hold down one of the Sylvan Watcher only teams in Siege, and she would be an amazing champion to add to the roster for that. But just like with what Gestel said, the probably not going to be able to get her, because you get champions that have kits like this, and it's one of those champs where this is potentially account changing type of champion, depending on your roster. They definitely aren't going to let people walk away with her for cheap. I think she's going to come from a shard pull reward #1. What is that, champ chase tournament? Like, and your boy just don't be swiping like that these days. So it would be cool to watch. It'd be cool to watch it and be able to snipe it, but yeah. Just she looks cool. Her kit looks incredible, and if I'm able to walk away with her, then I will. And if not, then I'll be the one that's mourning not being able to get her.
I definitely think she is going to be a whale chase. So do be prepared for that. Probably on like a 2x primals or 2x voids. Honestly, I think that's where you'll see her.
PJ testing her now. She's pretty good. Sorry.
Yeah. PJ, what are your thoughts on her?
Yeah, she looks insane. Definitely speaking of power creep, I mean, just the A1 alone, double hitter, ignores defense, heals her, grants extra turn if kills him. I mean, that's just insane by itself. And then going along with the other kit, kind of like a attack-based Marius in a way, ish with that A3. It does the self buffing with the triple hitter, has a chance of stealing
the real big thing about the A3 is it doesn't remove, it steals, which is massive.
Yeah.
Because you can have more stacks of total guard if you're stealing more stacks.
Yeah, that's insane. And then giving you the Terminator boost just to get around faster is really good. The passive's also insane. If you have lens of the lens to pair with her would be crazy. So the lens gives her the veil, and then you just have to bring someone else to bring the block debuffs, and you're good to go.
God,
like a
Ken gets her, I
Galathier.
was so mad.
Yeah, so anyone with the lens in her is gonna be insane. Yeah, and then the A2 that is a 3-turn. You get the stun, irresistible, ignores the block damage, which is really strong nowadays. Like, she looks insane. Definitely gonna be like the 1%. But the good news is she's not limited. Like, she's not like a collab that's gonna be going away. So she'll be in the game forever. So you have chances of getting her in the future if you get lucky. So I guess that's the one good thing is you'll always be able to have a chance of getting her.
Yeah. So just pull her, chat. That's all you gotta do.
Easy.
Yeah, just whale out a couple of thousand shards. DeCurse, what about you? What do you got to say about her, man?
She's gonna be insane to watch all the Krakens play with. I mean, that's she's gonna suck to face in the event dungeon. But
Hey,
yeah, that's about as close as I'll get to smelling her.
I just want to say we got a couple of people in the community here that are not Krakens that have got like Cerebels and Tectons and Solinars. I mean, it's not all like Gestal who get the Solinars and the Theodosias and stuff. You don't get all Krakens, you know?
Uh-huh.
Shit, not all Krakens have everything. I don't have a Solinar yet.
Also, one other thing, you don't necessarily have to build her with accuracy. You can just build her straight for damage and just kill them.
But
True.
no, I think she's gonna probably be hid behind like a deck of fate for souls.
No, I don't think she's going to be that easy. I think she's going to be a champ chase. I think she's going to be a champ chase, 100%. But yes,
Yeah, this is going to be a spend your money to get this champion for
like
free.
Like chat says, there's always a chance. You never know, right? You never know.
Only
all right,
takes one shard.
That's it. The last thing that we're going to talk about here is we get Pinpoint back, and to Kent's point earlier, is it still a good set to go for? Do you really want to go for it? Early, mid, late game, I still think it's useful. Remember, guys, Plarium likes to pull things out of their asses every so often, so they may change Mercurial for some reason a month from now or 2 months from now or something like that. Or, you may want to build at least a 4-piece Pinpoint on this new champion to be able to strip everything off of your opponents. So who knows? But that said, PJ, are you going to be farming Pinpoint?
I'll definitely farm a little bit of it. Like you said, definitely super ironic. Everyone wanted Pinpoint. They gave us Chronophage. Now everyone wants Chronophage. They give us Pinpoint. But I will say, I think a lot of people started playing after Pinpoint was like introduced, and it's been months and months and months and months since we've had the Pinpoint event. So I think a lot of accounts, especially new accounts, don't have like any Pinpoint or very, very little. And it's still a great set to have. Just the accessories alone, the 2-piece accessory, the 1-piece accessory, and the extra accuracy, extra speed is super nice just to give your boosters or just get a little bit extra speed on your champions. So yeah, I guess it's just again out of touch with Telerium. I feel like it's also the timing because they did do like 3 Chronophages in a row. So I think they did 3 Pinpoints in a row, and now it's 3 Chronophages. So I guess it does line up with them, but it's just the overall timing of the game is just super ironic because we want when we wanted Chronophage to give us Pinpoint, and we wanted Pinpoint to give us Chronophage, whatever. So
it's almost like they were trying to tell us something without telling us shit.
Yeah, I'll farm it a little bit. It's still a really good set.
They are going to add a new set. Yes, Benables made it. In Twitch, he says Banana did say that they are going to add a new set. It won't be this time though. They will be adding it sometime within the next event dungeon that they add, the next event or two. But will it be as good as Pinpoint is? Because I feel right now Pinpoint is definitely better than Chronophage. King, are you going to be farming Pinpoint?
A lot of people are saying the opposite right now.
I think Chronophage has definitely jumped in front of Pinpoint for me in terms of like siege viability as well as PvP. Just being able to save yourself from getting reset in the Crixia Fabian, reset like Mercurial meta. So it would be nice to see Chronophage here. But with that being said, the beginning of the podcast, we talked about Dragon coming in with that 5x speed, and a lot of us were kind of like, I mean, yeah, it's like it's good, and if you need it, you should go for it, and blah, blah, blah. But I had mentioned accessories aren't available to you with speed set. So if you're able to get pushed up high enough and it's, you're able to get a fast enough farm team put together for it where it's not an inconvenience for your account, or even you can offset the pain of it to make it worth it. I do think that Pinpoint is still an incredibly strong set. I run a 9-piece Odin in Pinpoint, and absolutely incredible. Puts in a ton of work for me. I've also got a 9-piece Mercurial Odin, which is insanity. But I think that Intercept, like subtle flex, dude. Intercept, dude. Blazin does it for the whole podcast. I don't get one sentence. Like, I think that the intercept buff is still incredibly strong. I especially loved running it on like Gizmac for back before Mercurial, and he fell off, but you still find plenty of uses. I love the 2-piece 10% speed, but even with that being said, 3 pieces of this with accessories, you're getting 40 accuracy, and you're getting 10% speed. Like, this can round out a lot of builds. And like Darren had said previously, doesn't really like building attackers with accuracy. It kind of robs stats. But if you can come in with an accuracy banner and get accuracy from the set bonus as well, like, why not? I mean, you're getting like you're getting the banner plus another 40. Like, you're getting over a 100 accuracy just by running this stuff. So I'm definitely going to be farming Pinpoint. I use Pinpoint everywhere I can.
Yeah. The reason why I think Pinpoint's better than Chronophage is because we do have Mercurial in there, and it kind of gives us the same substats as Mercurial as Chronophage. So and Mercurial is easier.
Yeah,
to
but from
obtain.
I just think it's the effect of Chronophage, like
True.
preventing your cooldowns is where it is for me, because we're in a very heavy reset meta right now with Fabians and Crixias.
Just build resistance, bro. That's what everybody tells me. That's what Ken would tell you. Just build resistance.
Yeah, well,
no, Ken would tell you resistance is dead.
Well, true.
Ken would say you just have to hit him, chat. All you got to do is touch him.
Gestel, what about you, man? Will you be farming this Pinpoint?
Yeah, I'm kind of like what PJ and Ken have been saying. Like, I kind of wish this was Chronophage, because I do have a fair amount of Pinpoint. Not that I don't mind it. I think it's a great set, but I do have a lot of it, and I don't have a lot of Chronophage. I did kind of skip those the last 2 times because I didn't think it would be that valid. All that being said, I probably will only do it for like events or anything that will give you rewards for doing it. I don't think I'll be farming it like, anytime I have any extra energy or anything. Yeah, maybe I would, but I probably won't. I'd probably be doing something else with it. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with, and I use it for the accessories, right, for the set bonuses. So, and I'm pretty good there. So that's why I feel like I'd probably put my energy somewhere else.
Okay. DeCurse?
I like Pinpoint. Again, what King said, 2 pieces, gives you accuracy, gives you a 10% speed bonus. Like, I'm gonna farm some at least, because I do need more, but I'm not gonna go overwhelmingly hard into it. Just enough here and there, because personally I think that they're gonna probably overtune this event dungeon to begin with anyways.
Of course they are. I can almost guarantee you. Like I said, Elva will be the first one for stage 25 that's there.
I was trying to give them what's called the benefit of the doubt, the one nice key point,
That's crazy, dude, because I've been giving them the doubt of the benefit for a couple weeks now, and it's felt great, dude.
PJ,
been playing my back games catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pinpoint, I mean, let me ask chat, should they buff the Pinpoint set? And if so, how so should they do it? All right, last thing is here, we're going to get a choice to get either the Gilded Pinion, the Last Laugh Amulet, or the Mask of Disquiet. Honestly, I think the Last Laugh would probably be the best one for me.
They're all dookie.
They all are shit. They all are shit.
Let me get a guaranteed cat's gaze one fucking time. One fucking time, Plarium. Why not?
But I'm hoping that it definitely, I think the Last Laugh, I will say I put it on some of like my only rare teams, and it was very, very helpful to ink out those siege wins. That said, if you guys were going to vote for one, which one would it be for, PJ?
Probably the Last Laugh. The mask one is kind of cool, but sheep is like, I don't know, I feel like super outdated. It's kind of coming back a little bit, but yeah, with Mercurial and stuff, like probably the Last Laugh is, I'd say, the best out of the worst. Best of the worst.
Subs come on those. What subs come on all 3 of those? Can we look at that while we're answering?
Sure. Gessel, what about you?
Well, yeah, the reason why I like the mask is because resist is the first one. You can get a pretty good amount of resist as the main stat there. I think that's the best part of that one. Some more of a stat stick, what we call the la. My man Riprad named it. The Last Laugh is obviously great, like paired up with Swift Parry, gives you just like a RNG to try and stay alive. So I would say those are the probably top. Those are the two you got to choose between, and if you want a stat stick or a good passive, I guess.
Yeah, so the Gilded Pinion gives you HP, speed, and resistance. The Last Laugh gives you attack, HP, and crit damage. And then the Mask gives you resistance, defense, and speed. And it gives you. I think that one's probably got the worst effect. But I do want to also say, guys, they did promise us a rebalance to some of these relics. So who knows? Maybe down the line, the Mask could actually be something useful. King, what about you? Which one would you go for?
At this current moment, I would probably go for the Last Laugh amulet. But silent prediction, I think that we're probably going to end up with opinion because
Really?
90% of the raid community doesn't watch any sort of YouTube videos or come onto Twitch or anything, and they're going to see that speed on the second stat, and they're going to be like, I need that.
I need it.
I need that speed, dude.
Need
And
the speed.
like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but dude, I can't get a fucking hexagon gem to save my life. So I have zero interest in that slot. Like,
here's what I will say. In the current lockout meta, this could be helpful, right? Because you get an extra 2% damage reduction, or let's say 2, I would say 2.5, but let's say 2 if you put it up to 15.
Copium.
Right? But if you get locked out, that's an extra what? Depending on how many skills you have locked out, that could be an extra 12.
Yeah, I mean, if you want your A1s to fucking slap just a little bit harder until you're panicking and praying for your abilities to come off cooldown.
Well, I'm just saying, vote for that. Like a Marichka could be really helpful for this, like a support champion to be able to get back to it. So not that I think it's a total shit one. Granted, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the one that I'm hoping we get, but
right.
At the same point, with this being said, it's a free legendary accessory, and you can't go wrong with that. You are getting some stat stick out of it, even if you're not getting the effect that you're wanting from it. There's a lot of us, especially newer accounts as well. Like any option that they get from this is going to be a blessing for them. So I think that, thanks to Plarium for giving us another free, legendary whatever, like free is free, and I take it. But I think at this current moment, my vote will probably go to the Last Laugh amulet, just because I think that its effect has the most potential usage for me on my account.
Listen, just be happy it's not going to be another Wanda submission or fucking.
See, but you say that, dude. You say that, dude, but I actually need wands on my account. I've got 3 of them.
How many you want? I've got like 15, 20.
Yeah. Let's just, you know what? Keep it easy, dude. We'll just swap accounts. I'll take that one on. I'll burden myself.
Let me.
You like whaling. You like whaling so much. Why not get a new one to whale on? There's so much shit that account needs. Like every win is a win there for you. Everything is a W.
Let me get right on that for you. Dakaris, what about you, man? Which one are you hoping that the community votes for?
I'm hoping for Last Laugh, but like King said, I don't know if it's because the community don't look at YouTube videos or if they're doing it strictly so people don't get what everybody wants. I feel, part of it's gatekeeping, the community from the good shit.
Tinfoil hat engaged, dude.
I mean, sometimes you got to start wondering.
Okay. PJ, did
all
I
those
ask
player
you
insert numbers in the champ chase tournaments?
Right.
Yeah, you asked me. I was saying they should have done the Skill of Treason as an option. That one's pretty nice.
Yeah, but that's the one they did for if you completed the event last time that you got.
Okay.
So they won't give you that one out because they think it's too powerful. That said, the relics that we are going to be going back for are the Chaos Awakened relics. So they're back. Plarium said that they were going to be back. They were going to figure out some way, and this is how they did it. So, all right, we'll see how those go. I do want to try to get a couple more of the crown, or get a crown. So I will be holding out for that. There will be 2 new...
There you go, Blazin. Pull out your credit card, Blazin. There they are.
It's ready.
They got them already.
I'm sweating, dude. Where do I insert this, dude?
Wait, how do I put the numbers in? There will be 2 new avatar frames and a
You
new
don't put that numbers in.
badge.
You got that shit saved. What do you mean?
That one in the back does look fucking sick, though, dude. Like, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that's
not
going to
gonna
be
lie.
about $50 minimum.
Add maybe like one more 0 behind that.
Hey, man, I'm allowed to hope.
and
not
then-
cope, gentlemen.
And then you will get a couple of new goodies if you complete all of them by August 5th. Nothing here seems really crazy. The relic itself is the I think I actually have it, and I don't have it used at all on anybody.
That was
Porous
ass.
Passion. Yeah. So hopefully this gets a buff in the recent future or in the near future, and then maybe it's useful. But yeah, we won't be getting anything else crazy. You will be getting an avatar frame, and that's it, guys. So,
Larry, I'm telling you to go fist yourself.
listen, I think after the Ninja Turtles,
That's the
and,
motion too.
He said, "Don't you just love playing our game? Fuck you!" Oh shit!
I guess I do want to say, a couple of things to watch out here for is, guys, remember that these events are not limited time. Which, if you do go after this, remember after the last event that we had, we ended up getting, what was it, the Ninja Turtles? That was a limited time event. So chances are they're probably going to follow up with something like that again. This will end towards the end of August, then lead us into, September, October. So do be prepared for that to be coming on. I guess
That's
at this
crazy
point,
to think about September, October.
I know, but you got to with this game because it's very, very predatory, which is kind of sad to have to.
Well, even July, right? Like, I mean, because July 4th weekend, I mean, at least in the U.S., like, but doesn't July usually populate some like pretty decent deals?
Yeah,
and stuff in the game. So even that's like a month away at this point. Like,
most of the deals completely suck nowadays, though, to be quite honest.
Wait again.
Good gems.
Yeah. I mean, the Sack of Gems was probably the best one, and I haven't seen that in forever. Although
Years.
Years.
you got to be low on gems in order to receive that deal.
I only got 40K.
Oh,
What
really?
you talking about?
Yeah,
only 40K.
He is low.
Only.
I never have any.
40,000 gems. I'm pretty low. I need the Sack of Gems.
I
You
saw-
can add on a gem pack on with that, that pass you were getting me.
Of course. I'll
I'm
get
pretty
right
sure
on that.
Blazon's. I'm pretty sure
Right on
Blazon's
that.
longest sub streak is to the fucking gem pack in the shop, dude.
All right, let's do some shout outs and let's talk about where can people find you. Starting off with our boy MXPJE here.
Find me on Twitch every single weekday, MXPJE. Come check me out. That's a good time.
Awesome. King, where can people come and find you?
Yeah, you can find me streaming on twitch.tv/king_copium. I am still streaming Raid. I've been taking a little bit of a break. I'm doing some variety stuff right now. We're playing 007 First Light. It's a fucking blast. So come check me out.
Awesome. DeCurse, where can people come and find you, bro?
Over on Twitch TV/TheCursedOne, we play Raid, we play Windrose and Shrouded, retro gaming. Come hang out.
Awesome. Kessel, where can people come and find you?
Still gaming on Twitch and on YouTube, streaming Sunday through Friday, 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Monday and Wednesday, 12 to 5 Pacific, because of Buns of Steel class.
Buns of Steel class. We got to
Thanks,
see some.
Suzanne Summers.
We got to see some
Also,
pictures.
pump that website, dude.
Yeah. We got to see some.
Oh,
pictures.
Gessel.gg,
before and
bro.
after pictures.
Gessel.gg. My bad. Yeah.
Gessel,
Gessel.gg. Go download the app. Go download
If
the
you,
app. Check
dude,
out the
if
site.
you guys have not gone to Gessel.gg, you are missing out. Incredible resource. If you are relying upon Hell Hades, fucking break free of your shackles of fucking 3-hour wait times and just step into the light, dude. That website
you,
is the
brother.
truth, dude. Check it out.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
100%. I got everybody for where they can find you. DeCurse, did I ask you? Where can people come and find you? Okay. Let's do some shout outs here. PJ, what you got for a shout out for me?
We're gonna be giving a shout out to Neko Bato. He's an awesome dude. Link or the shout out in the chat. He plays Raid, plays Overwatch, plays his other games as well. Big variety, really chill dude. Definitely check him out. Also, shout out to Zero Brew. Miss you, my friend. Hopefully you had a good vacation and can't wait to get you back in here.
That asshole had a great vacation, so great that he hurt his foot and he can't do anything.
What? Really? Didn't tell me that.
Gessel, what about you? What you got for a shout out for me?
I want to shout out our fallen brethren here, Kimpachi, who took off. Much love, man. I wake up real early in the morning and I see him just starting to stream, and he's got the optimizer up. I love seeing it, bro. Huge shout out to him. But I want to shout out my man Landon the Great. He's been streaming a lot recently. Bro,
Oh, my
it's
clanmate, bro.
It's
my
backwards though. It's backwards. I can't say it backwards, but Landon
Terget
the Great.
Nodnall.
There you go. Oh, bro, that's pretty good.
Landon.
Yeah,
Zero
great.
calls
Go
him
give him a follow.
Landon.
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 But great follow. Does a lot of live arena. He's a great live arena. He smacked me up the face once or twice, so go give him a follow. Great player.
Awesome. King, what about you? What you got for a shout out for me, bro?
Dude, how you gonna pick on the guy who just said his pick got stolen? Like, what the hell is that, dude? I am going to shout out. I'm panicking right now. I'm going to shout out to ye old Tash.
Oh,
and he was here earlier, first time chatter, but he has been doing the raid thing. He's been doing the Godforge thing. He plays some variety as well. He was doing Windrose, like all of the things. Awesome environment. Awesome dude. He is a veteran as well. He served in the UK, and we just fucking think he's got a dope mustache and a dope personality. So go check him out. I'll post this link as well. So hit the follow for him.
Let's go. The Curse, what you got for a shout out for me?
Nama my Chomsky. He is a
Okay.
fantastic dude.
Love Chomsky.
Amazing account. I mean, he almost rivals the spending of, like, just spend for no reason blazing.
And doesn't do it on stream, dude. Like, that's the craziest thing.
Yeah, he don't do it
Hey.
to, show that he's got a big cock. He does it just
Blazing.
because, he likes it all.
I'm sorry. Did I hold on? Let me stop you right there. Did I go ahead and promote our shard pull video this week? No, I didn't. Go fuck yourself.
There was no shard pull video this week. You told us why, dude. Dude, steel drop, dude. Sorry, cursed.
Yeah, but Chomsky
Yes,
he's overwhelmingly helpful, willing to give anybody advice, willing to do takeovers and try things on people's accounts. Some of the early, for early mid-game players, some of the bosses can be a little overwhelming, like Amius and stuff like that. He's always willing to help out. Great dude, amazing friend. Give him a follow, check him out.
Awesome. And I'm gonna give a shout out to our boy Hot Sauce here, who Hind Sauce, not Hot Sauce, sorry. Hind Sauce here, who's a great content creator over on Twitch. Recently faced him in CVC. We let him win.
Confidence strategy.
Let him win, dude.
That's how you know
Confidence
I'm not a
builder.
true Kraken. I'm not a true Kraken right there. We let him win. A big shout out to him.
Yeah, dude, we're doing a Baldur's Gate playthrough on my stream on Mondays nights, Haas and I. So
That's a great game.
nice.
I play what else.
Love Haas. Haas helped me with my 3v3, got me into Gold 1.
Very
Love the dude.
knowledgeable guy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, Twitch, we are going to raid out to Mr. Authentic. As always, guys, make sure to wish him a happy birthday when we get over there. Hopefully in this next week, we get some more news coming on from Plarium. Hopefully we get to find out some good things, right? The new login champion is actually pretty good. Maybe account changing, who knows? And maybe, Plarium just won't be so predatory during this event. Wishful thinking. Right? Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out.
Plarium's why they created a registry.
Thank you. As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. We'll catch you guys next time.